Welcome, everyone, to episode number 46 of Talkin Kentucky. My name is Coleman Scott. His name is Caden Holmes. I'm here on a stormy night in Baton Rouge, Louisiana, which makes for bad traffic. If you ever live in Louisiana, just know that if you ever want to get somewhere, you have to leave about 30 to 45 minutes before when you think you need to leave to get there. I literally just sat down in front of my computer 10 seconds ago and jumped in front of here. Caden was nice enough to start the stream for me while I was still pulling in the parking lot. Caden, thank you so much for doing that.
Well, if anyone knows something about big city traffic, that would be me. I lost my mind in Houston. I only had to drive like 8 miles to work. So I completely understand that. Coleman, is that your girlfriend in your background?
No, that's not my girlfriend. Somebody else's girlfriend. Somebody else's
just
wife.
Thought I'd ask. Just thought I'd ask about your love life to start the show.
Yeah, I got Laura Rutledge back there. You know, we're best friends. You know,
you're working on it.
Yeah, I just thought, I got to meet her when she came down to Baton Rouge, last football season, so she's up there, and why wouldn't I want to put the picture of me and Laura Rutledge up on the screen? That's a must.
I do like curly hair. Do you have to say?
Yeah, that's
I'm a fan of curly hair.
I'm also a fan of curly hair, wavy.
I bet Clyde is too. He says, "Hey," I bet he's a fan of curly hair.
He does. He does say that there. Yeah. He says hello. Yeah, I was repping my KSR polo here because we don't have Talking Kentucky polos. She did recognize KSR. In fact, when she saw KSR, she said KSR in the house, and that's how I was able to get a picture with her. I guess she probably thought that I worked for him. I do not, and I didn't really plug the Talking Kentucky podcast. Maybe I should have. Caden, do you think she would have come on the show if I started talking to her about Talking Kentucky?
I think she would. And what's the status on anyone else for this summer? Are we getting the big names on here this summer?
I think we are. We were putting some feelers out. We're still waiting to hear from Perry Stevenson. So Claude says curly hair is okay. I prefer straight hair or ponytail.
You kidding me?
Okay, you're not talking Caden's game here, Claude.
No.
Yeah. So
I don't understand, but going on. Anyways.
Anyway, it's still getting situated here. So I don't have our holidays pulled up because, like I said, just sat down in front of the camera 10 seconds before we came on the air here. But I'm going to look up the National Today holiday website, and we're going to figure out, Caden, what holidays are today. Tomorrow is Good Friday. Do you get off work tomorrow?
No, I don't.
You don't? I get off school tomorrow, so
yeah, must be nice. We get the major holidays off, sometimes like a day and a half, if that. But Good Friday is not one of them.
That sucks, man. You need to Good Friday's a holiday. You need to get off. You need to get off on. Claude says Uganda is you gone. That I was gonna not read that. I thought it was just said Uganda is gone, and I was just gonna ignore it until we talked about it. But the fact that he wrote Uganda is you gone, I think that's pretty funny. So had to read that.
Well, what was weird is he at one point he was you here or you back, then the next second he's you gone, Coleman.
Yeah. That wasn't as funny. I saw what you tried to do there, but it wasn't as funny. So
I don't understand it though.
Okay, well, things we do understand is today's holidays. It's National Burrito Day today. It's a day to pay homage to the delicious tortillas stuffed with meat, cheese, beans, rice, vegetables, and sauces. Where's your ideal burrito place? Are you a Chipotle or are you a Qdoba kind of guy?
I think I always got a burrito at Qdoba, but if I had to pick, it'd be Chipotle hands down. Moe's is pretty good too, though.
Moe's is not bad. You get a lot of stuff. You get like a cookie, chips, and salsa, and everything at Moe's. Chipotle, you want a scoop of guac, it's going to be like an extra $6, something like that.
Yeah, you got to get that kids meal to do it right. You get those chips on the side. Brad Kern's method.
It apparently tonight is New Beer's Eve. In 1933, the government ended prohibition. The date was April 7th. So grab a beer and toast to your ability to drink it. Caden, you don't have to tell me twice to grab a beer. That sounds like a great idea.
No. Speaking of major holidays, it sounds like one to me.
Claude also says he's a Moe's guy. Got Moe's in the house. I don't know if we have a Moe's down here in Baton Rouge. I haven't seen one, but there is one in Lexington. There's one in the Fayette Mall last time I checked. So
there's everything in Lexington. That's another reason to move to Lexington.
That's another reason to move to Lexington. That's exactly right. Let's see what other holidays we have here today. It's Tomato Day. If you like tomatoes,
they're growing on me.
It's Twinkie Day.
Can't tell you the last time I had one of those.
I can't either. No, celebrate everyone's favorite sweet snack. Isn't there the thing where Twinkies like would survive a nuclear apocalypse or something like that?
I always heard like cockroaches would. Never heard Twinkies would.
I think Twinkies and cockroaches are alike in that they would both survive a nuclear apocalypse. And last but not least, it's International Day of Sport for Development and Peace. I'm not sure what that means, but we talk about sports here on Talkin Kentucky. That's good. So yeah, there's some holidays to kick off your episode. And I think where we also have to start off the episode is with both national championships. The Connecticut Huskies won the men's basketball national championship for 2023. And the LSU Tigers, my LSU Tigers down here, have won the women's 2023 championship. And I've been getting a lot of hate for it, like, hey, Coleman, how's it feel to go to a basketball school now? That kind of thing. And, it's fine. This is, we forgot what it's like to be winners, at Kentucky over the past few years.
Yeah, and I hate it that UConn won, but I kind of saw it coming since the first game. I even watched them in the tournament. They look, it's not like they look like the best team in the last 20 years or anything, but they look better than everyone else this year. I was pretty sure they'd be in the Final Four from the first round game I watched.
Well, and you talked about this to me the other day. It's like when one of the Blue Bloods doesn't win, UConn's there to pick up the trash.
Yeah.
UConn always win. Like if Kansas, Kentucky, Duke, North Carolina doesn't win, UConn's going to win. And unfortunately,
they get the sloppy seconds.
They do, but they're not really sloppy seconds because they've won 5 championships in the past 25 years. And that's more than any other program.
So does that make them a blue blood? I think it's got to be more than 25 years, right?
I've always thought that UConn is a blue blood. I mean, at least in our lifetime. I mean, Jim Calhoun, they were always like the team to beat when Jim Calhoun was there. They were always a 1 seed. We'd always get knocked out by them in the second round with Tubby Smith. And they're now 5-1 since going to the Final Four, and they're 5-0 in championship games.
So, I mean, that sounds all great and everything, but when I think of blue blood, I think of like tradition and history. I think of more than just 25 years. So that's why I would be hesitant to put them up there, even though they're better than everyone else the last 10 years.
Well, to play devil's advocate, they've won championships now with 3 different coaches. So people are saying it's not the coach, it's the program, which is a sign of a blue blood program. I mean, what would you say to that, Caden?
I think blue blood equals tradition. So I'll leave it at that.
Well, how long do you have to win championships to have tradition? So 25 years isn't enough for you?
No.
Okay, well, what is it?
It's not. I mean, heck, basketball started in Kansas.
It did, yes.
So that equals blue blood.
They got the peach baskets, yeah.
They got the rules, yeah.
James Naismith.
What's their
court? It's James Naismith Court, but it's Fog Allen Fieldhouse. I feel like that's backwards. James Naismith founded basketball. Shouldn't the name of the whole arena be James Naismith Arena? Like you can call it, Fog Allen Court if you want to, or you can have the Fog Allen concession stand. But I don't know.
Is it James Naismith at Fog Allen? Is that what it's called?
It could be. I don't know. Like Rupp Arena is Rupp Arena at Central Bank Center or whatever. Doesn't have quite the same ring to it, especially with those big blue stickers on there. But I don't even know who Fog Allen is. Everybody knows who James Naismith is. Like,
I think Fog Allen was one of their coaches too a long time ago.
Yeah, but James Naismith founded basketball. I mean,
my point is, like UConn, 3 coaches in the last 10 years, and they've won with 3 different coaches. Can you name me all those 3 coaches?
Jim Calhoun.
Yeah.
I don't know the name of the guy who's there now. What's his name?
Exactly.
Okay, well,
if they're a blue blood,
he's bald and he has glasses and he seems like a nice guy. So, I mean, I put that. And then who was the other guy? Something Ollie, Kevin Ollie, something like that.
Something Ollie.
Yeah, something Ollie.
I think you're proving my point, though. Like, if they were a blue blood, we'd know all about these guys, these coaches, and the program and everything. But
well, that's true. Like at Kansas, we know that their coach is Bill Self. We know that we got Hubert Davis, right, at North Carolina.
Duke we also got Snoop Dogg at Kansas.
We do have Snoop Dogg at Kansas. So you can't forget about Snoop Dogg at Kansas. Yeah. That's right. We got him. So yeah, all the classics there. So are you saying that Snoop Dogg has to come bring strippers to your Midnight Madness for you to be a blue blood? Is that what you're saying?
Well, he did at Kansas. Kansas was already a blue blood. That was just icing on top.
Yeah, that's true. But anyway,
very family friendly though.
UConn won the national championship. That's all we're trying to say here. Okay, then LSU won the women's national championship. There's all this sort of like talk about Angel Reese getting up in the face of Caitlin Clark and doing the whole taunting thing, like pointing to her ring finger, like put a ring there, that kind of thing. I don't really. I mean, I think everybody's making too big of a deal out of it. I mean, just like when you win a national championship, Caden, you're allowed to do whatever you want. That's my
opinion. And I think back to the times I've sat like really close to the court at Rupp Arena. Some of the things I've heard some of those people say, and we're making a big deal about someone taunting about a ring. Like I don't know. It blows my mind because have we gone soft or something?
To answer your question, yes, America has gone soft. I would probably say that. So anyway, so those are the national champions. Had to cross that off the list. We knew it wasn't going to be Kentucky this year, and that's okay. Caden, later in the episode, you guys are going to want to stick around for the whole episode. And by the way, we got a bunch of people watching right now. So if you are watching us, you could really help us out by sharing this video, giving this a share to your news feed. That would help us reach some more people. We want to take your comments, take your questions, those kind of things in the comments. And then also we're going to open up the Talkin Kentucky phone line here soon. And you can give us a shout on that. Talk to us on the show. Caden, it's the off season officially now. Now the basketball season's totally over. And so that means the next thing we really have to look forward to is football. I know that football is your area of expertise.
Yeah, still haven't gotten into it, not going to lie. But I at least watched the majority of the games last year, so that's a start.
Well, maybe this will help you get into it a little bit more. Vince Marrow was mic'd up at Kentucky football practice the other day, and nothing gets me more hype than hearing Vince Marrow, even if he's just talking about Cinnamon Toast Crunch like he did in some of this. So I wanted to roll this clip to get everybody hyped for football season. That's only a few short months away. So here we go, Vince Marrow.
I was about to say, what do you eat? Like just a bar, like a granola bar, some crackers?
With a cracker.
Munch, eat breakfast after?
I don't really like eat, bro. I eat I get like some lemonade, maybe one sausage.
When I practice.
I never was a breakfast eater, man. No, I'll take that back. Captain Crunch. What's your best cereal?
Cinnamon Toast Crunch.
Everybody love that. All right, let's break it down. Let's have a good period. Good period. Touch. Good, Jay. Way to strike it. Low pad level. Remember the stance you had the other day. Touch. Better. Come on, get some little punch in it. You a dog or you a poodle? Good, Big D. Good, Big D. Why you always look so sad, man? Huh? Is the world coming to an end? Don't be guessing. You're a smart kid. You guess in the classroom? All right, then. Here we go. Good, Zay. Oh, good cut. Good cut. Good cut. Hey, good job. Hey, O-line, that's what I'm talking about. Oh! Okay. Okay. Way to go. Oh, he found that. Hey, that little dude, that's a nice run right there, dude. Okay. Okay. Oh! Okay. Boom. Oh! Oh! That's what I'm talking about. Hey, come on. You see when I say flat back? What happened? Huh? What is it? What the hell just happened? Hey, you see Big D?
I don't know about that started to roll again. I think my favorite part of that is when he's like, man, why you always look so sad, man? World coming to an end? That's my favorite part. And also at the end, he's like, what the hell just happened? I think that's my favorite part. But how could you not love Vince? I mean, that guy's going to be a head coach someday, and maybe he even needs to coach the Kentucky basketball team during the tournament. Get him fired up. Just bring Vince in to give a little pep talk before each game. I feel like that it's going to make all the difference. Yeah,
just seeing the few interviews I've seen with him, he doesn't seem like it surprises me seeing him with that much energy and like screaming at the guys like that. So I can't imagine having that in practice. Do you think there's anyone on the coaching staff on the basketball team that's like that 24/7?
I'm going to go with.
You think Bruiser's like that?
No, Bruiser just sits there chewing his gum, man. Yeah, he's Bruce is not concerned. He just sits back. He's chill. You know, he's gonna do whatever. So
yeah, he chills. Says a few things every now and then when it's necessary. You know.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, but the gum is the staple of Bruiser.
Always
Flint,
the gum.
Sure, it's all. I've never seen Bruiser Flint when he's not chewing gum.
Mm-hmm.
Bruiser Flint's always chewing gum. So
most of the staff does. Now that I think about it.
Clyde in the comments here says Bruiser's a joke. What you got against Bruiser, Clyde? We love
probably the same thing he's got against curly hair girls.
Yeah, probably is. Yeah, doesn't like Bruiser Flint. Doesn't like curly haired girls. I don't know what Clyde's doing. He's a North Carolina fan. I mean, man, Clyde's just he's something else. Anyway,
next thing he's going to say he's rooting for Duke next year.
Probably will be. Yeah. No, a North Carolina fan would never root for Duke.
Didn't they have someone transfer to Duke? Did you see that?
Did they? The Caleb Love kid? Is he going to go?
I swear I saw. Clyde probably knows. I swear I saw.
Well, yeah,
North Carolina has someone transferring to Duke.
He's our
vice versa.
He's our resident North Carolina expert. Clyde, I know you're not a North Carolina fan. It's okay. You know, we're just giving you a hard time. That's all. But anyway, like I said, you're going to want to stay for this whole episode because we're not doing a bracket today. We're doing a tier list. We're going to take SEC fight songs and we're going to put them in different tiers. Caden, what are tier list? I feel like you know what the definition of a tier list better than I do. What's a tier list?
Well, first we should explain how this came up. I think we were both watching the presidential tier list, you know, with the Trump, Biden, Obama commentary.
AI, it was like artificial intelligence or something. Yeah.
So we thought we'd do one ourselves. But basically, we have a bunch of different pictures and we put them into different tiers. So there's an S tier, A tier. S is obviously the best. I guess it means super or something.
Does it mean super? I was going to ask you what S means. Yeah, okay.
But then there's A through F below that. So
okay.
But do you want to tell them what our topic is?
Yeah. I mean, it's I think I mentioned it. It's the SEC fight songs. Mm-hmm. Yeah, SEC. We were gonna do a SEC fight song bracket, but instead of a bracket, we're gonna do tiers. Mainly because
changing it up.
Yeah, we're gonna change it up. We do brackets, we do tiers, we do everything here on Talkin Kentucky. So we're gonna do that to close out. We
do actual tiers when we lose.
Yeah, actual tiers when we lose. Talking tiers. That's absolutely right. Claude says fight for the blue and white. That's part of our lyrics to our fight song, Caden. Claude knows the lyrics. I know the lyrics by heart because marching band. Do you know lyric? If I ask you to name off, in fact, let's do this right now.
No.
Can you okay? You don't even know. Do you know the name of our fight song?
On UFK.
On UFK. Good start. Okay, just
Don't ask me anything else.
that's how it starts. That's how it starts. On UFK, and then what's the next line?
We will fight for
You're on the right track. You're on the right track. We will fight. No, it's on UFK.
No, that's Oscar. My bad. We'll fight.
Yeah. Oscar wants to fight. We are right for the fight.
For the fight. Yeah.
Today.
Okay.
Hold that ball and hit that line. Every Wildcat star will shine. We'll fight for the blue and white, as Ben Hammonds here says in the comments. As we roll to that goal varsity, and we'll kick, pass, and run till the battle is won, and we bring home the victory. That's our fight song, Caden. In case you're wondering. Yeah.
So when did you learn the words? Was it's through
in marching band when we were supposed to?
Oh well. Yeah, I didn't exactly do what I was always supposed to do in marching band, so
that's okay. So you're going to want to stick around for that fight song, tier, not bracket, but tier list, there at the end, for sure.
Steven says, "Come on, Caden. Steven, you went to Murray. I think I wasn't in no racer band at UK, so sorry to
hey, go Racers, home of John Morant."
Right.
I don't know if that's good or bad. John Morant was in Baton Rouge last night, actually, for the celebration. I don't know if he has a thing with Angel Reese. Yeah.
Oh, does he?
Apparently. He was here for some reason. I don't know why else he would have been here. So, anyway, so we got some people leaving, right? We've already established on this episode that Ugonna is leaving after he said he was going to come back, which is no surprise. It seems to happen a lot these days with Kentucky basketball. People just come and do nothing and then they leave. Reeves has entered the draft, but apparently he's coming, like he's leave the option to come back. But he's at least testing the waters of the NBA draft. We all knew Casey Wallace was going to leave. Let's see. I have a list here of everybody's sort of decisions that have been made so far. So Casey Wallace is declared for the NBA draft, not coming back. Severe Wheeler entered the transfer portal. He's not coming back. Jacob Toppin declared for the NBA draft. He's not coming back. Ugonna Onyenso, transfer portal. He's not coming back. Reeves has declared for the NBA draft while maintaining eligibility to come back. And then Brendan Canada is staying, in case you were wondering about that. We still haven't heard from Adu Fierro. We haven't heard from Chris Livingston. We haven't heard from Damian Collins. We haven't heard from CJ Frederick, Caden, and Lance Ware. We haven't heard from Lance Ware. And, of course, Oscar Shebway as well, which we're going to get into that in just a minute. But Caden, are you feeling different than you did last time about any of those other guys that haven't decided yet?
I was shocked at Ugonna leaving for sure.
I was too. Let me ask you this: do you think it's going to be a problem? Like, are we going to miss Ugonna, or are we going to get something better?
I'm assuming this means either Oscar's coming back or we're getting that Hunter Dickinson guy. I'm assuming that means one of those two things.
Well, Hunter Dickinson's in the portal, and he's even more Dickinson than Fairleigh Dickinson, so that would be huge.
He's supposed to look pretty good. He's supposed to look good offensively.
He's really Dickinson. So even though we beat him this year, if you can't beat him, join him, right? So Claude says
Kevin Durant.
That's right. Claude says Ugonna didn't play much enough for us to even miss him. I mean, yeah, he didn't play much, but Caden, I would argue that when he did play, he was really good.
Yep. Kind of like Collins.
Yeah, like Collins. What do you think about Collins? You think Collins is coming back?
No, I don't.
Yeah, I still don't think Collins is coming. I think he's probably going to Texas. Still is probably where my gut feeling is there. But the last guy, I mean, Oscar. Is there a world where we have Hunter Dickinson and Oscar Sheboy playing
No.
for us next year? There's
No.
not?
No.
Okay. All right. You're pretty adamant about that. Okay.
I mean, can you even imagine that? It wouldn't happen.
Cal would play Dickinson at the 2 or something.
That could honestly not go very well.
We already know that Bradshaw is going to be at the 3, apparently. So, Dick. I mean, so what do you think's more likely?
Uganda probably just didn't want to play shooting guard.
Well, I wouldn't either if I were him. I can't blame him for that. Yeah, they're going to start Uganda at point and Dickinson at the 2, Bradshaw at the 3, Oscar at the 4, and CJ Frederick at the 5. So what do you think's more likely, that we get Hunter Dickinson or Oscar comes back? If you're saying that there has to be a choice, like that both of them are not going to be on the roster together.
I think Hunter Dickinson's probably more likely.
I probably
in
do
this
too.
moment.
In this moment, I probably feel that way too. I don't know. I see a world where they're both on the team next year. I can see it happening. I think that would necessarily be good. I don't think that would necessarily be good, but I think it could happen.
I don't know where this came from, but at one point this past week, I was seeing Oscar transfer rumors.
Yeah, I
don't know where he would transfer to.
I don't either, and that would suck if Oscar transferred.
Almost see that before the NBA, couldn't you?
Yeah, I mean, for whatever reason, well, I know why, because he doesn't have a perimeter shot, but that pisses me off about the NBA, by the way. Like, who couldn't use a guy that averages a double-double every game? Like, are you telling me that there's not a place for Oscar in the NBA? Like,
do you think Shaq wouldn't be able to make it in today's game?
Yeah, exactly. I mean, it just makes no sense. I mean, so
he'd be getting 40 and 40 in today's game. Shaq would.
Yeah, I think he would. So yeah, that just makes me mad. The prospect that Oscar can't succeed in the NBA. But that being said, I mean, that's sort of the narrative that exists, and it might be more likely that he transferred before going to the NBA. But Caden, that would suck if Oscar transferred from Kentucky. I mean, that would just be devastating for this fan base.
Yeah, I don't even know where he would go. I don't know where he would make more money. A different
Texas.
Blue blood.
Everybody's going to Texas. That guy holding the sign that said, "Please go to Texas." I think some of the players are taking that toward them instead of Cal.
Yeah,
so.
Probably
so. Adu Thiero, you think he comes back? He's one of our favorites here. Yeah,
I think he'll come back. Isn't he a year young anyways?
I think so. Yeah.
Wasn't he like 17 playing for us? So.
I think he was. Yeah. But he killed it in the Bahamas. Of course, a lot of things happened in the Bahamas that didn't really end up playing out as the whole season went by. But that's the Dickinson Oscar news in the Uganda. Everybody leaving up in the air, sort of thing. Caden, did you see this Onion article that I shared about saying that the NCAA was going to award Duke the national championship?
Oh yeah, it said Duke comes away with the trophy after UConn, and
I thought that was hilarious. I mean, the writers at the writers of the Onion are geniuses. I mean, they get it. Even the Onion knows that the NCAA is biased toward Duke, and I just wanted to read this really quick. I think it's hilarious. Capping off a wild tournament defined by surprising underdog victories, the NCAA awarded the national championship title on Monday to Duke University in the final upset of March Madness. After 40 minutes of riveting basketball between San Diego State and the University of Connecticut in a tournament where it often seemed like anyone's game, it is my privilege to award the championship trophy to head coach John Shire and the Duke Blue Devils, NCAA President Charlie Baker said, as Duke players and fans stormed the court to celebrate while the defeated Aztecs and Husky squads headed back to their locker rooms in disappointment. We've had a March Madness for the ages, marked by traditional powerhouse schools losing shocking upsets to schools few people have heard of. But it should surprise no one that the balance of power has been restored, and Duke just picked up its 6th national championship. let the history books show that the Blue Devils won a thrilling, hard-fought game against Kentucky after beating Kansas in the Final Four, with lesser-known teams like San Diego State, Florida Atlantic University, and Creighton serving as fun little footnotes. Following the game, the NCAA unveiled restrictions that would prevent all but the 10 most popular teams nationally from recruiting new players for next season. I think that article nailed it. Man, the part that kills me is Duke won a thrilling, hard-fought game against Kentucky. That kills me. I mean, that's hilarious. So props to the Onion for putting that article out. I probably laughed for 20 minutes after I read that. That was definitely one I had to break out. And we have champions in the tournament. The champions aren't Duke Blue Devils. The champions are the Connecticut Huskies. But that means that we have a bracket, Talkin Kentucky tournament bracket champion as well. And the username that won is Scotty P, which I assume is actually not Scottie Pippen. The only problem is we don't know who that is. We don't know who won our own bracket challenge. So we got to figure, we think it might be Scott Salee, but we need to figure out who actually won our bracket challenge so that we can get them their complimentary Talkin Kentucky hat. But again, we got to figure out who that is. So Caden, this is a little bit of an issue. If it's not Scott Salee, I mean, how are we going to figure this out?
Yeah, I'm gonna have to maybe try to go back into it on the desktop or something and see if I can see any more information, because I don't have a clue who Scotty P is. I mean, there were some people that put in a bracket to our challenge that don't, like, I've never even seen pop up on our comments,
ESPN,
which is awesome.
444.
Yeah, ESPN fan awesome. 441562 or something. Yeah. So, but yeah, we'll figure it out and we'll get them their hat. So, but if anyone's listening, Scotty P, I mean, just let us know. You get a free hat.
Yeah, you get a free hat. Speaking of,
thanks to UConn.
Yeah, thanks to UConn for picking up the trash. Speaking of popping up in the comments, where's Josh Hart? He said he's going to be on here tonight. I don't see him in the comments yet, but I'm sure Clyde or somebody can tag him or something. Get him in here. We need some Josh Hart happening in the comments here. You notice when your regular listeners are gone. When your regular commenters aren't in there, so we gotta have them in there. Claude says UConn is you can't, yeah, and Uganda is you gone. So, yep, that's right. But apparently UConn could this year. So, Marsha did comment, by the way. I saw Clyde tag Marsha in the comments here. She did comment that it's her son's baseball game tonight, so she's rightfully so at that, but was going to go back and watch later. Hey, we got the Rob Mace. I don't know if it's Maystead or Maysteed. I want to get the right pronunciation, but Rob Maysteed in the comments here, who did our caricature. That's now our cover photo on Facebook, and that we've put out there a lot. And it was awesome, Caden. He nailed it. Like he got all our facial features and kind of the swoopiness of my hair. He nailed the beards,
even though you don't have a beard right now.
I don't have. I should just shave.
You
my
shaved
beard,
after, after that picture.
But
he did a great job. It looks like he's got one of himself there too. But yeah, good. Thank you, Rob. It was really good.
Well, if you need a caricature, you need to hit up Rob, because he did an amazing job, and it was really great. So I love that thing. Stead rhymes with head. Okay, so Rob's Maystead. Okay, got the pronunciation right there. So thank you again, Rob. Really appreciate that. So, all right, we read the Onion Duke article. Did you see this article that was floating around? Or it wasn't really an article, Caden, but it was like a graphic from SEC Network of it was like two all-time Kentucky starting fives from different teams, like who would win if they played each other.
I haven't seen that one.
Okay, it's like a blue team and a white team that they've compiled here, and it says who wins. So the blue team is De'Aaron Fox, Brandon Knight, Jamal Murray, Anthony Davis, and DeMarcus Cousins. That team wouldn't suck. And then the white team, we got John Wall, Devin Booker, Michael Kidd-Gilchrist, Julius Randle, and Karl Anthony Towns. Caden, who you taking in that matchup? I mean, it's kind of
I'm
a
taking
tough
the
one.
first one.
You're taking the blue. Okay, what's making the blue pop out?
Well, first off, DeMarcus Cousins, he would literally fight someone for the ball.
Well, he did fight people.
He did. He did.
So not just would.
In particular, a Louisville player. So that made it even better.
That did make it even better. And then you got Anthony Davis. I mean, how you got
those two reasons alone, I think. I mean, you got someone who won a championship and someone who would fight anyone to win it. So how do you not pick them?
Well, yeah, for me, okay, Anthony Davis, DeMarcus Cousins, that's going to be unstoppable. Really just Anthony Davis, that's going to be unstoppable. Yeah. But I mean, and Anthony Davis and DeMarcus Cousins. When I think Caden, you said you went back and watched the 2012 championship. And the other day, a few months ago, and you said something interesting. You said we really didn't play all that different back then than we play now. We just had like Anthony Davis, who is just freaking way better than everybody else.
Yeah, right? And we were so physical, like, and so big, and so athletic. It's like it looked like exactly. It looked like I was watching an NBA team play a middle school team.
Yeah, I remember watching that
game. The difference in NFL and in college, it's like that kind of difference is what I had noticed when I was watching that. And we haven't had that. Maybe 2015, maybe, but since then, we haven't really had that kind of team.
No, I remember watching that game and just not even being worried about losing. Like it didn't even cross my mind that we would lose any of those games. Like I wasn't even nervous. It was the national championship. I was just like, yeah, we're gonna win. Like, of course we are.
The game was never in question, really.
No, it wasn't. None of those games were ever in question, except that we lost to Vanderbilt in the SEC tournament somehow. How do we always lose to Vanderbilt?
I don't understand that. I don't even remember that game. So
I don't either. But then you got a shooter in Jamal Murray on that team. De'Aaron Fox is like John Wall light. So I mean, I would probably agree with your notion that Anthony Davis, DeMarcus Cousins are two good enough reasons that team would win. So
easy.
Yeah, no doubt. So if anybody knows who Scotty P is in the tournament bracket championship, let us know. We did message Scott Sully and asked if it was him. Haven't heard back yet. If it's him, then great. It's him. But otherwise, we're going to have to hunt down.
Maybe P is his middle name initial. Maybe it is him.
Have to hunt down our champion here. Caden, what do you think? Should we take any calls right now, or should we go ahead and jump into this SEC tier thing? Maybe take a break in the middle, take a couple calls, and then finish it out.
Yeah, let's do that. We've been going for 45 minutes. Let's go ahead and jump in it.
So let's jump into it. Okay, so you got this like sketchy tier website that you came up with.
Yeah, I have no clue what might pop up here. So this could be like
disclaimer,
not family friendly. So
how'd your kids? Yeah.
Okay. Here it is. See, like bigger, bolder assets. I don't know what that means, but
I don't either.
Here it is.
Sounds
we got all of our teams on the left. I think Coleman, you're gonna play the music.
Dude, this is fancy. This isn't sketchy. I think this is fancy. Yeah, we got the tiers on here. We're just like the artificial intelligence presidents.
The funny part is though, like watch when I click on one, literally blows up the screen, and I gotta.
Well, that's okay.
So, we'll work with it.
Yeah, we'll work with it. It'll work out. It's like I think my favorite tier. Well, it wasn't even a tier list. It was like the presidents at a jazz club or whatever. It was like Trump, Obama, and Biden. Oh, that's good. You got to check that out. You got to look that up.
Oh, the Blue Bossa.
Yeah, the Blue Bossa. Come on, it's a good tune, Joe.
It's a good tune, Joe. Oh, yeah, from middle school band.
Yeah. This isn't a blue Sleepy Joe. Okay. Anyway, Hey, you got your frozen mug there. Okay, so how do we want to do this? Let's start with the East. All right. Let's do that first. And yeah, let's start with give me a team you want to start with from the East, Caden.
How about Vandy?
Well, that's a great. We were just talking about Vandy. That's a great place to start. Okay, so these videos that I have, they have the team logo. They obviously have their band playing the fight song, and then they also have the lyrics scrolling over to the left. So you can't just take into account the music. You have to take into account the lyrics too. Okay, so it's a whole package. Okay, so let's hear Vanderbilt's fight song first, and then we'll put it in a tier here. All right, Caden, I'll get your thoughts first. Why don't you go ahead and give your case here?
That was very not memorable.
I would agree. Yeah, go on.
And the simple fact that Vandy's talking about blood and dynamite in their fight song is pretty laughable. This is either an F or E for me. I don't even really want to be generous. I'm just going to say F.
Well, the way I look at it is this fight song is very fitting for Vandy because it sucks. And so does Vandy. So, like most things at Vandy, this fight song sucks. So, and yeah, it's talking about blood and dynamite. I think they're definitely, they're not talking about the opponent's blood. They're probably talking about their own blood because Vanderbilt loses to everybody. So I don't really.
Except for this year, but that's just a fluke.
Well, no, the only team they beat is us, really. So yeah, speak of fluke.
Steven says baritones sound like chainsaws. Can we take into account how they perform too?
Oh yeah, of course. Yeah. And well, I mean, I was kind of on the fence. I was maybe going to put it at E, but that's a very good point, Stephen, with the baritone sounding like chainsaw. So that probably brings it down to F tier for me. So I think, Caden, we're in agreement that the Vanderbilt's on F tier here.
For sure, yeah.
Yeah, no doubt.
Dead giveaway.
Yeah, just like, with everybody. But Stephen said he would put him in E, even though the baritone sounded
I'd like to hear that. I'd like to hear that reasoning.
Yeah, I probably would too.
You should call in and tell us.
Let's jump over to somebody from the West. Okay, so pick a West team.
Let's do Arkansas's in the West, right?
Yep. Do Arkansas? Okay. Let's roll it with the Razorbacks.
Pig Suey.
Woo Pig Suey. To me, I think that this is one of the better fight songs in the SEC. Actually, I would have to say, I think it's a good one. I think it's got a lot of good melodic lines in there, and I think it's really solid overall. Keeps things interesting the whole time. You got the little chorus vocal break there in the middle. The only thing keeping me from putting in an S tier is I think the band needs to work on their diction a little bit. I couldn't really make out the words that they were saying half the time. If I didn't know that they were talking about Arkansas, I wouldn't even know that they were saying that. So it's probably going to be A tier for me just because of that. But overall, great product. So
yeah, it really grew on me towards the end there. I really loved the whole the bass line by the tubas there, and then they had that vocal line like you were saying. The only thing I was concerned about was I think they misspelled Arkansas. They said AARKANSAS. I don't know if that was a typo.
You can't expect much. I mean, it is Arkansas.
Well, I know they're nude. I know they're nude half the time, but I thought they could at least spell. But I guess I'll go with A as well. I think that, I think A sounds good. It's not the best, but it's a heck of a lot better than whatever we just heard from Ben. So
1- distinguished. Yeah, that's fair. Comments are blowing up here. I need to go back into this. Woo Pig Suey, Scott Holmes says, Arkansas is our favorite team, right? And the whole Holmes family loves Arkansas, right, Caden?
Yeah, and that's the most idiotic saying, the motto, team motto.
Yes, I would agree. Heard. If we were ranking team mottos, Woo Pig Suey would.
We could do that next time. Yeah.
So, okay, let's jump back to the East. Who are we going with here?
How about let's do the Dirty Orange.
Okay. Now we all know Tennessee's fight song, and I don't think we can in good faith play Rocky Top for very long on this podcast. So I'm not going to play the entire fight song. But here, let's go ahead and roll Tennessee. So if you're listening back on podcast, you didn't see that was actually the video we put up on our page of the dumpster fire with Tennessee's fight song going over it. But Caden,
if you saw that on Jeopardy, you'd say, what is Tennessee?
Taking a country song and trying to make it into a marching band arrangement, just the absolute worst idea ever. The only worst thing I've done in an instrumental setting is play a Kenny Rogers song and brass quintet for a wedding. So I would have to put Tennessee in. I'd probably put it in F tier, maybe E if you can convince me, but I'd probably have to put it next to Vandy for that reason.
Oh, I'm not convincing you of that. It's F for sure. So
all right, well,
we got Vandy and Tennessee down there, bottom of the barrel. So exactly how it should be.
Glad we can agree there. All right. Well, let's go back to the West. Now let's get. Oh wait, Tennessee's in the East, but it doesn't matter.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. Well, we've got two East.
No,
teams
picked
already.
an East. We were picking the East team, right?
Oh, we were.
We did East, West, East. Yeah.
Okay. Well, we've got
it's a West now,
so we need a West team. Okay, that makes sense. All right. Yeah, let's pick a West team.
Let's do one of the newcomers. How about let's do OU. What did I just listen to?
So I've got some real issue with this one, mainly for the lyrics. Okay, the whole first verse is boomer sooner, 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 OKU. And then the second verse,
born and bred.
it's Oklahoma, 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 Oklahoma. It's almost like, the lyrics to the fight song were due, and they're like in a board meeting or something for the fight song, like the athletic department, and the guy that was supposed to write the lyrics hadn't written the lyrics, and he just made them up on the spot. They're like, all right, Dave, do you have the lyrics to the fight song? He's like, yeah, Oklahoma, 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 Oklahoma. I mean, that's pretty much how it feels like it was written. So that automatically puts it at least a C for me. And the fact that intro was way too long, it's kind of like the Hummel trumpet concerto. You have this like 2.5 minute intro, and then the first thing that happens is a freaking arpeggio. Definitely not worth the buildup. So I'd probably have to go E tier personally.
No, well, this is one of those things where it's just the fight song. I mean, just play it and get it done. I don't understand why it's got to be all complicated. I don't understand. My issue was not the lyrics. It was everything was just in unison. It was so top heavy. I mean, I know I'm talking about speaking from a musician here, but I thought it was terrible. I'd say F. I think it's probably one of the worst. It might be worse than Tennessee and Vandy for me. So
you're going to F tier.
So are we putting this F.5 here, right here?
Is that an option? Can you put it as F.5?
Unless someone in the comments can convince us which direction, I guess. For now, we can just put it there. What do you think?
I think so. Yeah, and if somebody in the comments can persuade us which direction to go, yeah, I think that's absolutely fair there.
Yeah, see, Steven gets it. Parallel octaves. It's terrible.
Yeah, exactly. I'm sure
like
all the
Theory 101. Steven says E. So we'll give him the benefit.
Okay, we'll give him E. Yeah, we don't have anybody in E tier yet, so we can't put everybody in F tier. So, and I feel like there's probably going to be, at least for us being musicians, there's going to be a lot of F tier ones in here. Okay, so now if we jump back to if we just assume Oklahoma and Texas are both in the West, let's jump back to East here.
All right, let's go Florida now.
Okay, the Florida Gators. Let me find this one here. Okay, let's roll this, and then we'll give some feedback here. Now, I hate Florida, but I do love their fight song. I think it's one of the best fight songs in the SEC.
Well, yeah. Well done, Florida.
That's got a badass trumpet part in it, and for me, that's a really important factor. So I would have to go probably at least A tier for this one, if not S tier. Actually, I don't know what's keeping it out of S tier for me. I'd probably put it in S tier.
I thought it was a great performance. They were really tight. I don't understand the "May she droop never" verse.
Yeah, that could be interesting.
I didn't understand that. I did feel like I was kind of listening to Jaws with some of those half steps in there at one point, but I thought it was very well written, very well performed. So
get some John Williams in there.
Yeah. So I think let's go S.
Let's go S tier. Why not? Yeah, Florida's an S tier. That makes sense. That's fine. I think well done, Florida. Good job. Okay, jumping back to the West.
Who's in the? I guess Texas A&M. They're in the West.
Yeah, Texas A&M's in the West. Okay, this is fair.
Let's do that.
All right. Aggies. Let's hear it. Caden, does Texas A&M College Station have a music program? I don't think they have a music program, do they? Like a music major program.
I'm not really sure, but I'm glad I didn't have to memorize that.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I was going to say, it doesn't sound like they have a music program with that fight song.
I feel like I was listening to the opening of something from Rocky or something at the beginning of that, and then it just got really bad. It just stayed bad for about 2 minutes.
Trumpists need to get that fanfare together at the beginning. They need to do some drone work on that.
It was
Caden,
real rough.
Does this melody sound familiar to you from anywhere?
No,
it doesn't. You didn't watch Yogi. You didn't watch Yogi Bear as a kid.
To me, it sounded like they were just playing the same note on different articulations for 10 minutes straight.
Well, that's very fair assessment. But you're telling me you didn't watch Yogi Bear as a kid.
No,
well,
not that I can remember.
Yogi Bear is smarter than the average bear. Yogi Bear is always in the ranger's hair. At a picnic table you will find him there, stuffing down more goodies than the average bear. He will sleep till noon.
I see the similarities, but I'd put what you just played at like A tier. But Texas A&M, that was like,
well, it wasn't an original melody, and it was also not executed well. So that I would, it's either E or F, right? Am I wrong?
Yeah,
it's got it.
Well, E or F and a half for now.
Somebody in the comments needs to persuade us between E and F because we don't know. Yogi Bear is goated, Clyde says. Well, Texas A&M's ripping off Yogi Bear, so does that mean it's F tier? My mom says Texas too many things. Yeah, it's too many things going on there. We can't have all that happening every time you score a touchdown. Okay, Clyde says F. Yeah, put it in F tier. That is not a good tune, Joe.
Not at all.
All right, jumping back to the East.
All right. Doormat.
All right, it's time for the SEC Doormat South Carolina fight song.
SEC Doormat, South Carolina. One fair.
Let's hear this. Step to the Rear is the name of this fight song. SEC East's got some good fight songs, Caden. I mean, can't you see Richard the mascot dancing to that? I can see that happening.
It didn't really do much for me, but it's way better than
A&M.
Texas A&M, but wasn't as good as Florida. I'm between B and C.
Yeah, I'd probably put it B tier. I don't think it's C tier level, but I don't think it's necessarily on the level of Arkansas and Florida. So I think B tier is a perfect place for South Carolina. Yeah, much like
I'm fine with that.
Yeah, that's cool. Okay, that's good. All right, West team jumping back there.
Let's do
this West team, and then maybe we'll try to take a call or two and then finish it out.
LSU's West, right?
LSU is West. That's correct.
Let's do LSU.
All right. Fighting Tigers. I know this one pretty well. And this is not the Tiger Rag, which arguably I think that the Tiger Rag is a better fight song, even though it's a secondary fight song for them. This is Fight for LSU. Now, see, I'm biased, Caden, so I'll let you start on this one.
Just a simple fact, we had some musical moments there. I mean, we had at the first Accelerando.
Yeah, we had Accelerando, yeah.
Of anything.
Yeah.
So that's automatically like A for me, I think.
Yeah, it's already A and A S tier territory. We had a little bridge in there with the trumpet fanfare. We had Accelerando. Yeah, I mean, I think there's several things in there to be happy about. So the question is it more on the level of Florida's or more on the level of Arkansas's? I mean, that's what we got to go with here.
Florida, hands down.
Okay, I'm fine putting LSU in S tier. All right, let's see. What does the S stand for again? Super?
Super.
Okay, super tier. Okay,
Shaden.
that makes sense. Okay, Shaden. Yes, that makes sense. Josh Hart's finally in the comments here. He says, "Hey guys, how are you tonight? Sorry I missed so much of the show. I do apologize. My work has been insane. Are you taking calls tonight?" Well, Josh, I think you're in luck because let's Caden, what do you think about trying to take a couple quick calls before we finish this this thing out?
Yeah, that sounds good to me.
All right, sweet. Well, you can give us a shout if you're Jonathan Holmes or if you're anybody at 502-234-1504. We would love to hear from you. We'll try to keep them a little bit briefer than usual because we want to keep on trucking. We've already been going for a while here. But yeah, feel free to call in and we'll talk to you. Let's see how many more we got here. We've got, how many have we done? 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and there's 16. Oh, so we're halfway done. Okay, well, I didn't even realize that, but that kind of worked out well there. So, yeah, anybody wants to call 502-234-1504. Who do we got left? Kane, it took me forever to figure out all the SEC teams. I had to cheat and look them up. I don't know why, but I still can't name all of them like just offhand. And it looks like we're getting a call right now from Josh Hart. Josh, how you doing, man?
I'm doing pretty good. How are y'all?
We're doing well, man. It's the off season, so we got new hopes and dreams to dream about for next year.
Yeah, we'll see. We will see what the only time will tell. The biggest disappointing this week for me, real quick, is Uso. Is that his name? Is that kid's name that everybody thought was going to stay?
Yeah, Hugo is. That was a big surprise. I mean, were you as surprised as I was about that, Josh?
Yeah, I really was because all signs pointed to him staying, and now there's rumor that Oscar is going to stay, and that's the reason he's leaving. I don't know if that's true. I don't know if you guys what you guys have talked to about.
We talked. We sort of talked about this at the beginning of the episode, and we might get down. If you've heard Josh, we might get this Hunter Dickinson kid from Michigan, and I was asking Caden, so I'll ask you the same question. Do you think there's any chance that Oscar and Hunter Dickinson play for Kentucky next year?
I mean, I think the kid from Michigan will. And I, for some reason, I think Oscar's coming back. I think he's disappointed in this season, and for some reason, I think he's coming back. And but we'll see. I mean, it would just be, we would have a killer squad if we got Oscar coming back and that other Michigan kid to come in. I don't know. It's crazy. Like you said, it's just been a whirlwind week.
Yeah, man, it has, no doubt. So you got anything else for us? What do you think about UConn winning the national championship?
They need to be talked about as the blue blood.
Oh, yeah.
Titles. They're strong as Duke now. They got many titles as Duke. And you know something? I looked at something the other day, and it said that they had 5 titles in 24 years under 3 coaches.
Yep. Yeah, we were talking about that earlier. I mean, I think that fact alone calls them a blue blood. Caden doesn't quite think they're a blue blood yet. He thinks they got to have more tradition than that. But, yeah.
I mean,
they do.
They're 3 championships away from tying us up. So they're 1 away from passing Duke. So, I mean, it said, I see something else. It said, if UConn would have won it, says what this did, this is their 3rd championship now.
Mm-hmm.
One was against us since John Calipari came to Kentucky.
That's I did not realize that's that. Caden, did you realize that?
I quite hear what he's. I didn't catch that last part. What did he say?
Say that again, Josh.
I said that UConn has had 3 national titles since John Calipari was hired.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, I saw that.
2004.
I don't know. I'm just not on the big UConn hype train, I guess. I understand that Cal should have 5 championships by now. I think so.
Yeah.
He's been so close so many times, but I'm not ready to say UConn's like got the best history tradition college basketball. And that's what I consider a blue blood. I just don't think they're there yet.
With the championship, man, and just that's the fact. They got, I mean, 3. So Kentucky's been, or California's been there. Utah's got 3, and we've had 1.
Yeah.
It's either do or die next year for Cal. Either he gets a championship or it's over. And if he gets a championship, it still might be over. Maybe he's hoping to get one more title at Kentucky and ride out on the sunset.
Yeah. No, I hope so. I hope so. But I think in any case, whether we win or we don't win, I think next year might be it for Cal. But, man, thanks for calling in. Go for it.
Quick thing.
Yeah.
One more quick thing. We have something to be happy about right now. Our baseball cats are doing really well.
Heck yeah. I forgot to put that on my list of topics, but Caden, we're top 10 in baseball right now. We're a top 10 team of the country. They come down to play the number 1 team of the country, LSU Tigers, next weekend. So that'll be
a big
series. No, I'm going to be out of town playing with the Monroe Symphony Orchestra, so I can't go, Caden. I'm going to be gigging, but I'll be there for moral support. I'll be there in spirit.
All right, guys, have a good night. I'll let you get some more calls. I'll go back watching this. So.
All right, man. Hey, thanks for checking us out as always. We really appreciate it, dude. It means a lot.
All right, you're welcome.
All right, go Cats.
Go Cats.
Looks like we got a call from a 270 number, so that's probably
David said he called.
David called.
Yep.
There you go. Well, should we wait for the David call back, or should we act like we did with Cody Peever and call it back?
Clyde says he's about to call, but Clyde, whoever calls first, gets the call.
Well, Clyde's on the line here. So, Clyde, how you doing, man? What's up?
What's up? What's going on?
Oh, just, ranking some fight songs. That's all.
Oh, I've been hearing those. Most of those are garbage anyway. I'm sorry.
Well, that's kind of what we expected.
Yeah, that's fair. I mean, it's the SEC. So. Well, Clyde, what you got for us?
Well, with the whole Uganda situation, he actually wanted to come back, but his handlers, and I call them agents. They're agents to me, was in his ear saying this, that. I don't know what all he was saying to him, but I guess he was telling Uganda, like, you're not really going to have a chance to play next year. He's probably like, you see Hunter coming in, having a Zoom, they could get Hunter. I don't know. I'm just guessing. And Uganda, he's just got to do his best for him. But if it was really up to him, and I know you've all said this, Jack Pilgrim has said this, our sources say, they said that he wanted to come back, but he really has no choice because the handlers are in control of what they do.
Yeah, that's more true now than ever, is that I feel like these agents and handlers and people in these kids' camp are like directing them of where to go. And it's like, except, Reed Shepherd, no kids really come to Kentucky anymore because it's Kentucky and because they grew up wanting to play for Kentucky.
I mean, and plus, you got people saying, well, Reed's not going to play. Reed's not going to do this. Like, he's a McDonald's All-American. He's going to play. Like, you don't just become a McDonald's All-American, then play for your college team by the bench the whole year. That does not happen. Like, he is how many kids from Kentucky do you see that becomes a McDonald's All-American? Like, you don't see much out of the state being in that kind of a game, being in front of that kind of a spotlight. You don't see that. Like, you have to have a certain skill set and a certain game to you in a certain level to be in that game with the other best high school players. And he's one of them. He's in the top, 20, I believe, top 30. And, it's just his game is, it's amazing. Like, he's got a great game to him. He's got his mom's genes and his dad's genes. Which his mom, he always compliments his mom. He always says his mom was a better baller than his dad. And, he's just got basketball genes. And, of course he's going to play. Cal will play him because, just the kind of skill set he has. He's not just a shooter. Like, if a player, misses a shot, he'll go up and grab that ball and dunk it. Like, you don't see many white guys doing that anymore.
Yeah.
Especially from here. But, the highlights I saw of him, he was doing that a lot, so.
Well, he'd be a valuable guy to have on the team next year for sure, so hopefully he comes. But, Clyde, we're going to try to get to a couple more calls here, and then we're going to finish out this SEC bracket. But thanks for watching and calling in, as always.
You're welcome.
All right, go Cats, man.
Go Cats.
All right, so 502-234-1504. If anybody else wants to call, we'll take it here. And it looks like we are getting a call here. Hey, you're on with Talkin Kentucky. Who's this?
This is David Holmes.
What's up, David? First time caller. Oh, I'm hearing my echo in the background there. Do you still got me?
Yeah.
Okay, awesome. I said first time caller, first time, long time, right?
Absolutely.
Well, thank
Hey, David, what do you think about our tier list so far?
Yeah, what do you think? What do you think about this tier list so far? Caden said.
About what?
This SEC list we got going here.
Oh, you don't want my thoughts on that.
Okay. Well, I'll take your word for it then. All right.
So, I was just telling the guys, we keep hearing about these McDonald's All-Americans and everything.
Yep.
We've had a lot of those.
We have had a lot of those. That's true.
From India. And we've not received results.
And that's a problem.
So why do you think that is? Do you think it's because some classes are not as good as others?
Yeah, why is that? Why are we not getting the results that we need or that we want?
One thing I think is our coach.
I think you're right. I think that's probably the main thing. Yeah.
You can't keep doing the same thing and expect different results. It just doesn't work.
Hey, that's the definition of insanity.
Exactly.
Yeah, I think we've gotten a lot more McDonald's All-Americans than we've gotten tournament wins. But so I assume you're over Cal. I assume you're past the point of being a Cal supporter.
Well, Coleman, I'm not. We have a lot invested in Coach Calipari.
Uh-huh.
We have a lot invested. I want him to do what we're paying him to do.
Amen. Yeah, we're paying him $8.5 million a year. Yeah.
Hey, I get paid probably more than I'm worth at work, but I'm also expected to do a job.
That's right.
And I will do whatever it takes to get that job done. And I just feel that Coach Cal is not doing what we're paying him to do.
Well, and a large part of his contract actually is to do media stuff, like to do the pregame, preview press conferences, and then of course staying for all the postgame segments. And he just has his assistant coaches go do them. That's actually a large portion of what his contract is for, and he's just straight up not doing it. That's something you either do or you don't, and he's not doing it.
Exactly. Exactly, Coleman. And I'm telling you, I am not against Cal. I'm against, him not doing what he should be doing. And at the end of the day, he's getting paid a lot of money to do a job. And he's not doing it. And if we hear that there's no contract out, well, then that means somebody else could lose their job. If you didn't, we had this discussion. If you didn't write a contract with CPIs in it for specific things that he had to accomplish, if you didn't write that contract and you approved it, then you need to be without a job. And I agree. I think that's Mick Barnhart.
Yeah. It is. It all goes back to that lifetime contract. It's not a coincidence that everything started going downhill when he signed that lifetime contract.
Absolutely.
But
David, what's this about you catching 11-pound fish?
What'd you say, Caden?
he said, "What's this about you catching a 11-pound fish?"
Yeah, I caught a big one.
Hey, take it easy on them.
It sounds like a big 11.5 pounds. I haven't caught a fish that big.
It was 10.8, but Jonathan now he's caught a few big ones too.
Yeah, I imagine he has. That's right. Well, thanks for calling in. We hope to hear from you more, and thanks for always being down there in the comments and watching.
Okay, guys, have a good night.
All right, thanks for calling. How about that, Caden? An appearance from your uncle.
First David Holmes call. That was good.
First time.
He made some good points.
He did. We don't have a first time, long time thing like KSR does. I feel like we needed some kind of sound or something. If we start getting more callers, we need some kind of something to happen.
We could just play that smashed clip.
Oh, there you go. Okay. Well, David Holmes was first time, long time.
Smashed!
There we go. I think that works. I think that could be our new thing. Hey, that's a good idea, Caden.
Yeah,
Thanks for bringing that up. That's a good one. So so if somebody calls in and says first time, long time, we'll go
smashed.
I think that works. Bruce Pearl yelling smash. I mean, what more could you want? I think that's perfect.
Get you hype. Yep.
It does get you hype. Okay, so speaking of getting hype, what fight song we got next?
Yeah, we need to finish this out. Let's say we did, I think, LSU last. Let's do Georgia now.
Okay, cool. Georgia Bulldogs. Let's roll it. Short and sweet there. So
yeah, short and sweet, but I don't know. I didn't do much for me.
It doesn't do it for me. Yeah. I mean, it's not bad, but it's not good.
C for mediocre, maybe.
Yeah, I think. Yeah, I mean that's the perfect C. Average. It's not bad. It's not good.
It's like Georgia basketball.
Yeah, I would have to.
They're
agree.
usually bad, I guess. So maybe not.
Yeah. Well, yeah, that's the perfect spot for Georgia, I think. Okay, let's go back to the West.
How about this? We haven't done Texas. Let's do Texas.
We haven't done Texas. Okay. Let's roll it. Hayden, you're the native Texan here, so I feel like you should start.
It was just really cheesy. I don't, especially that trumpet solo or whatever it was. I don't know. I didn't care for it. I don't think it was terrible. I don't think it was as good as Georgia. We're gonna put it's D in my opinion.
See, I think the Texas fight song You're gonna hate me. I think the Texas fight song might rival Florida for the best fight song in the SEC.
Are you kidding me?
I think I really like Texas.
No
fight
way.
song, man.
Clyde says F.
Well, FD, we can balance it out and put it at A. But
so you say S, I say D. Does that mean average of B?
Well, Claude says F. So what would
Does that mean C?
I won't be mad about putting it at C.
Okay,
I mean, we can agree to disagree, but I think C is a fine spot to put it. I think that's fine. Okay, to jump back to the East. If we pick one of the, okay, well, yeah, I forgot.
I was going to say best for last, but
yeah, University of Kentucky. Well, we can't. We have to look at this objectively. We can't look at this as Kentucky fans.
We won't.
Yeah, we have to look at this as we have to look at it, as outsiders. So let's roll on U of K here that Caden doesn't know the lyrics to. So. And Caden, I think this recording was done after our time there, so we can feel free to criticize it.
Well, I was laughing because it made me, some of those lyrics that made me remember how we swapped out a few words here and there for like things we should say on the show.
I have some of those lyrics for the Georgia's fight song, but continue.
But I decided for us and just went ahead and put them at
S tier. Okay, we can agree on S tier. Yeah, that's fine. Okay, go Cats.
In all honesty, it is the best. I think hands down, the three we have been the best.
I would probably agree with you. Sure, with the exception of maybe Texas. I like Texas up there, but anyway, let's go. Let's go back to the West now. Yeah, Josh says best one. Period.
No, who's in the is Auburn in the West?
Auburn is in the West, indeed.
All right, let's do Auburn.
All right, let's go with Auburn here. Yeah,
Smashed.
Yeah. I don't know what the point of that intro was. That was way too long. It was just a bunch of tonic. Really didn't make any sense for me. So I could do without the intro. That would probably already bring me down to at least a B. I think like the content's probably an A or a B. So I'd maybe put it at a C plus, right about now is about where I am. What do you think, Caden?
The content was decent. The lyrics I thought were pretty terrible. Like Dixieland and War Eagles, I don't really understand. Yeah. I'm going to say D or C. I'm okay with either.
Okay, well, let's agree on, let's put it at C.
Okay.
I wonder who's going to end up in D tier here, if anybody. Let's go back to the East. Do we have any East teams left? Yeah, I think we do.
Missouri, right?
Yeah, we got Missouri. So, well, this one very well could end up in the D tier because if it's anything like Missouri is and all their other athletics. Here we go. Mizzou. That may be the worst thing I've ever heard.
I honestly didn't think it was terrible. I thought it was mediocre. I didn't hate it. I didn't like it. It was kind of just like pretty indifferent. Just like Missouri athletics, just kind of there.
Kind of average. Yeah.
Yeah.
So that's C tier for you. I think it's at least D tier for me. I really didn't get the lyrics either. It sounded like somebody was just making them up as they went along. Like, go Mizzou, you will always win. Go Tigers, and win the game. So that's not ideal either. I think I'd put it in D tier. But
I'm okay. I'm okay with it being our first.
You're okay with D tier? Okay.
Yeah.
Because you don't think it's bad, but you don't think it's good either. But okay. Yeah, I'm fine with D tier if you are. Okay. So if we
let's go D.
Jump back to the West, who are we going with here?
Who do we even have left? State. We haven't done Mississippi State, have we?
Haven't done Mississippi State. Cowbells. Oh shoot! I just zoomed in on, just breathed on the StreamYard screen wrong. If you do that, it's never good. I'm surprised I haven't gotten kicked out of the studio yet. Okay, Mississippi State, Hail State. Has the most redneck line in there ever. It says, and then we'll yell, 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 yell. For dear old state, we'll yell like hell. So I kind of think that's kind of awesome, actually. I've always kind of liked the Mississippi State fight song. What do you think?
Yeah, I'm kind of, to me, it's on par with the one we just listened to. Mizzou. I don't know. I feel like some of these, it feels like I'm listening to this very generic high school sounding fight song. Do you get that feeling?
Yeah. Oh, no.
Not memorable. You can't there's no way you can be able to like whistle it after you're done listening to it.
Yeah, that's how I feel about Missouri too. Yeah.
So For me, I think it's D, but I think you kind of like it, don't you?
Yeah, I would say D. So for you, maybe it's E or D. Yeah,
I'm gonna say D.
let's say D tier. I think that's a good one. Yeah, good one for that. All right. So who we got left? Like, do we have anybody left in the East? We knocked all those out.
I think we knocked them out. We got. I want
Okay.
to say we just got Bama left.
Well, how many? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. Apparently we got 2 left here because there's 16 total. Okay, we have
Ole Miss.
Bama and Ole Miss. Okay, you want to do Bama or Ole Miss?
Let's do Bama.
All right. Row Tide. That's a good intro there. So, a lot of these intros have been irrelevant. I think that's a good one. I think Bama is one of the best fight songs in the SEC. I'm automatically up in like A/S tier level. What do you think, Caden?
For sure, it's so unique. That was so different than anything we've heard tonight. And just for that simple fact, I think I put it in an S. I think I put it in an S. I felt like I was going back in time listening to that, almost like jazzy in a way. You know what I mean?
Yeah, a lot of their band stuff's kind of jazzy, actually. Yeah. Row Tide. Put it up there. Okay, that means we just got Ole Miss left, which I'm expecting, like most Ole Miss things, to be very average. But we'll see. So, what do they say? What's their thing? Hotty Toddy Gosh Almighty. That might rival Woo Pig Suey for the worst saying in the SEC. Anyway, here we go.
Yeah, I always say.
I don't want to cut you off, Caden. What were you saying?
No, I was saying always say is go Cats, and that can mean a lot of different things.
Yes, it can. Yeah, as we know from University of Kentucky Trumpet Studio. But anyway, let's move on. Okay, cool. Some intonation things in the upper woodwinds, but other than that, Caden, I think it's pretty good. It's got that sort of reaction, bum 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 bum. Miles Osland taught us that, Caden.
Yeah.
So
reactions. You got what is it? You got reactions, anticipations.
Yeah.
Yeah. So still using my UK jazz ensemble knowledge. Like I like the chord at the end there. Like you said, some intonation issues, but it's college.
I like
what do you expect?
I like the marcatos on the bum, 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 Everybody, see, and normally people just play those long, but they want to be different. So yeah,
I'm thinking A or B.
For sure. I don't think it's S, but I don't think
no way.
Yeah, I think it's.
So is it Arkansas or is it South Carolina level? Okay.
I think it's
That's fine
A.
with me.
Yeah, I think it's A tier. Was that round out everything? I mean,
it
is that
does.
all the fight
I
songs?
think it is. What are your takeaways from this?
Well, you know what I think I'd really like to do is we could take this information and we can make a SEC fight songs bracket to do later in the summer based off this information. I mean, you got all the 1 seeds up there in the S tier. And so, yeah, I mean, I think 16 teams, I think it'd be perfect. You could do, this would be perfect for a bracket. So I think we've done our research, Caden. We're the committee, and I feel good about the way that we've seeded these teams.
Solid. I think it was solid decisions.
Yeah.
I didn't expect to have so many S tiers when we started. Honestly, I thought UK would probably be the only one, but I was impressed with some of the other fight songs. Not gonna lie.
Well,
and other ones, I thought they were absolute garbage, and so I was surprised by that too.
It continuously amazes me how Vanderbilt is the worst at everything, even fight songs. So that's really my big takeaway from this is that Vanderbilt even sucks at
Still
band.
bad.
So yeah, they're still bad. Their bands they played that fight song as well as they could. I think they polished a turd basically is what I would go with there. But well, we've been going for a while. We've been going almost 2 hours, but I think we've packed a lot into this episode. And if you liked what you saw today, you can subscribe to us. We're on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, everywhere you listen to podcasts. You can rate us on all those things. You can follow us on Facebook if you don't already. That's where we go live every Thursday night at 7 p.m. Central. So give us a like and a follow on Facebook. We have a YouTube. We put all our episodes up on that as well. So subscribe to us on YouTube there. And if you would like, you can even support us if you like what we're doing here. If you like this content we're putting out, you can support us through our Patreon, which Caden has put a link to in the comments below. You can get some Talking Kentucky swag there. You can get a sticker or a coffee mug and maybe even a hat soon. We're putting that out there. We need to figure out first who to send the free hat to, whoever Scotty P is who won our bracket challenge. So we'll figure that out hopefully before next time. And yeah, Caden, you got anything else?
No, I don't have anything else. We need to name the episode. And I was thinking Talking Tears. And we could spell that whichever way you want to, because I think they both apply.
I think they do both apply. Hey, you know what I think the S stands for?
What?
Smashed!
Or Shaden. One of the two.
Yeah, it could stand for Shaden, but I think it's probably Smash. It could be Talking Tears. Could be Talking Fight Songs.
Mm-hmm.
We got any ideas in the comments?
Steven says he wants a hat.
Well, we're gonna have to get those out for
Steven. We want that shirt
market.
that you and your buddy made for that one game.
Oh, is
that
the
Coleman?
Cardinal? Yeah.
Yeah, the Cardinal.
The dead Cardinal. Yeah, I want one of those shirts. That could be the new Talking Kentucky logo right there.
Yeah.
Well, are we talking fight songs? Are we talking S tier? Are we talking tears?
Talking Tears.
Okay, Talking Tears, but you got to spell it. Let's spell it like the tier, like not
tier
crying. Yeah, like the tier list. Yeah, there we go. Okay. Well, guys, thanks for watching. Thanks for checking us out. We hope to see you back here next Thursday night at 7 p.m. For yet another edition of Talking Kentucky. We're going to keep these going all summer long, even though there's no Kentucky sports going on right now besides baseball. We're still going to be here all summer. It's never the off season for us. So go Cats, as Danny Morris always says at the ends of the episodes here. Just throwing that up there. And go Tears, go Fight Songs. This has been episode number 46 of Talking Kentucky. And we'll see you next week. Go Cats, go Talking Kentucky, go Tears, go Fight Songs.
Smashed.
Smashed.
Smashed!